Welcome back to Coinverse Hub. Today, we're talking about a penny almost everyone has seen, almost everyone has spent, and almost everyone has ignored, the 1980 Lincoln penny. At first glance, it looks completely ordinary brown color. Abraham Lincoln's familiar portrait. 1 cent written on the back, nothing special, right? But here's the truth most people don't know. Some 1980 Lincoln pennies are worth far more than 1 cent, and a few rare examples have sold for shocking prices. So before you scroll away or spend that penny, watch this carefully. The Yeo-Bading Lincoln penny was minted in 3 main locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Philadelphia coins have no mint mark. Denver coins carry a small d. San Francisco produced proof coins with an S. Most people think all 1980 pennies are common, and yes, many of them are, but value changes completely when condition and errors come into play. Let's start with composition, because 1980 is a very important year. These pennies are made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. That alone already makes them more desirable than modern zinc-heavy pennies. Now here's where things get interesting. A worn 1980 penny you find in loose change is usually worth only 2 to 5 cents. That's normal. But if your coin is in uncirculated condition, meaning no wear, sharp details, strong shine, the value jumps fast. A 1980 penny in mint state condition can sell for $1 to $5 easily. High-grade examples graded by Piece GS or NGC have sold for much more. And now we move into the real money territory, error coins. This is where collectors get excited and auctions go crazy. One of the most valuable errors is the off-center strike. If your 1980 penny was struck off-center but still shows the date clearly, collectors will pay anywhere from $50 to several $100s depending on how dramatic the error is. Another major error is the double die. Look closely at the words Liberty and I in God We Trust. If you see doubling, shadows, or extra thickness in the letters, stop immediately. Some double-die 1980 pennies have sold for thousands of dollars. Then there's the broad strike error. This happens when the coin is struck without a proper collar, causing it to spread wider than normal. These coins look slightly bigger and flatter, and they are highly collectible. Clipped planchets are another hidden treasure. If your penny looks like a piece was bitten off the edge before it was struck, that's not damage, that's an error. Depending on size and condition, clipped 1980 pennies can sell from $30 to over $500. Now let's talk about mint mark value. The Yeo-Bading Lincoln penny from Denver is very common in circulated condition, but in high mint state grades, it becomes rare. Some MSQC examples have sold for hundreds of dollars. The 1980s proof penny is a collector favorite. If it's still in original proof condition with deep mirror-like surfaces, it can be worth $5 to $20 or more. Perfect proof coins graded PR70 can sell for significantly higher prices. Condition is everything. 2 pennies from the same year can have completely different values. One is pocket change, the other is a collector's dream. So how do you know if yours is valuable? First, check the date and mint mark. Second, look for errors using a magnifying glass. Third, check the condition, sharp details, clean surfaces, strong shine matter a lot. And finally, consider professional grading if you believe your coin is special. Collectors are always hunting for rare Lincoln pennies, especially copper era coins like 1980. As copper prices rise and high-grade coins disappear into collections, demand keeps growing. This is why a penny that looks worthless today could be worth serious money tomorrow. So the next time you find a 1980 Lincoln penny, don't toss it away, don't spend it without looking. That tiny coin might be hiding a value no one around you has noticed yet. And remember, the biggest coin discoveries don't happen in museums, they happen in everyday change. If you enjoy learning about hidden coin values, rare errors, and real market prices, subscribe to Coinverse Hub, because the next coin we talk about could be sitting in your pocket right now. Today we're talking about a penny most people spend without a second thought, the 2007 Lincoln penny. You've seen it, you probably held it, and you may have already spent one without realizing what it could be worth at first glance. The 2007 Lincoln penny looks modern, common, and ordinary. Abraham Lincoln's familiar portrait on the front, the Lincoln Memorial on the back, nothing seems special. But here's the truth. Some 2007 Lincoln pennies are worth far more than 1 cent, and a few rare examples have shocked collectors. The 2007 Lincoln penny was minted in 3 places. Philadelphia coins have no mint mark. Denver coins carry a small d. San Francisco produced proof coins marked with an S. Most circulated 2007 pennies are made of zinc with a thin copper coating. That means worn examples are usually worth only face value. But value changes the moment condition and errors come into play. A 2007 penny in clean, uncirculated condition can be worth 25 cents to $1. High-grade coins with strong luster and no damage are much harder to find than people think. Now let's talk about where the real money is. Mint errors. One of the most common but valuable errors is the off-center strike. If your 2007 penny was struck off-center and still shows the date clearly, collectors may pay anywhere from $50 to several $100s. Another important error is doubling. Look closely at the words liberty and in God we trust. If letters appear doubled or shadowed, you could be holding a double die error, and those can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on strength. Broad strike errors are another hidden gem. These coins appear wider than normal because they were struck without a proper collar. Broad strike 2007 pennies can sell for $30 to $200 or more. Clipped planchet errors are also highly collectible. If part of the coin's edge looks missing in a smooth curve, that's not damage, it's a mint error. Clipped 2007 pennies often sell for $50 to $500 now. Let's talk about the 2007 Lincoln penny. Denver minted pennies are common in circulation, but in high mint state grades they become valuable. At 2007, the penny graded MS-6 or higher has sold for hundreds of dollars at auction. The 2007 S-proof penny is another collector favorite. These coins have mirror-like surfaces and sharp details. A perfect proof example can sell for $10 to $40 or more, especially if professionally graded. Condition is everything. Two pennies from the same year can have completely different values. One goes into a cash register, the other goes into a collection or auction. To check your coin, start with the basics. Look at the date and mint mark. Check for errors using a magnifying glass. Examine the surfaces for shine, detail, and damage. And if you believe your coin is special, consider professional grading. Collectors continue to hunt modern-era error coins because they are still being found in circulation. That's what makes the 2007 Lincoln penny exciting. You don't need an old collection or an inheritance to find one, you just need attention. So before you spend that penny, look again, because sometimes the most valuable coins are the ones everyone else ignores. If you enjoy learning about real coin values, hidden errors, and collector secrets, subscribe to Coinverse Hub, because the next coin we explore might already be in your pocket. Welcome back to Coinverse Hub. Today we're uncovering the real story behind a penny almost everyone has seen but very few have truly examined, the 1997 Lincoln penny. At first glance, this coin looks completely ordinary. A small copper-colored coin with Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. Most people wouldn't think twice before spending it, but here's what most people don't realize. The real value of a 1997 Lincoln penny depends entirely on condition, strike quality, and hidden mint errors. The 1997 penny was minted in Denver, which is why it carries the small D mint mark under the date. By this time, pennies were made of zinc with a thin copper coating, making them lighter and less durable than older copper pennies. In circulated condition, most 1997 pennies are worth only face value. If your coin is heavily worn, scratched, or damaged, its value is usually just 1 cent. But that's only the beginning of the story. If your 1997 penny is uncirculated, the value changes dramatically. Coins with full luster, sharp details, and no wear can sell for 25 cents to $2. High-grade examples graded MS-66 or MS-67 by professional services have sold for much more. Now let's talk about where collectors really pay attention. Mint errors. One of the most valuable errors to look for is doubling. Examine the words liberty, in God we trust, and the date. If you see noticeable doubling or thickness in the letters or numbers, you could be holding a double die coin. Strong double die errors from 1997 can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on clarity and condition. Another important error is the off-center strike. If the design is not properly centered and part of the coin is missing, yet the date is still visible, collectors may pay anywhere from $50 to over $500. Broad strike errors are also highly collectible. These occur when the coin is struck without the proper collar, causing it to spread wider than normally. Broad strike 1997 penny can sell for $30 to $200 or more. Clipped planchet errors are another hidden treasure. If part of the coin's edge looks smoothly cut or missing, that's a mint error, not damage, depending on size and condition. Clipped 1997 pennies can sell from $30 to several $100s. There are also rare cases of struck-through errors, where grease or debris blocked part of the design. These coins may appear weak or missing details and can be worth anywhere from $25 to over $100. Now let's talk about condition, because this is where many people lose money without realizing it. 1997 pennies can look almost identical at first glance, but under magnification, One might show wear, scratches, or dull surfaces, while the other has sharp lines, strong shine, and clean feels. That difference can mean one coin is worth 1 cent, while the other is worth hundreds of dollars. If you believe your coin is special, professional grading is critical. Collectors trust certified coins, and graded examples consistently sell for higher prices at auction. The market for Lincoln pennies remains strong. Collectors love completing sets, hunting errors, and owning high-grade examples. As more coins are damaged or lost over time, clean and error examples become harder to find. That's why a penny from pennyIn can still surprise people today. So before you spend that the Lincoln penny, take a closer look. Check the mint mark. Look for errors. Examine the condition carefully, because sometimes the most valuable coins aren't old, rare, or gold. They're the ones hiding in plain sight. If you enjoy learning about real coin values, hidden errors, and collector insights, subscribe to Coinverse Hub, because the next coin we uncover might already be in your change.